And what's good, everyone? Happy Final Four to you guys. Appreciate everybody for stopping them by here. Once again, I'm Behind Your Basketball today. We'll be covering both games tonight here for the Final Four. First one is going to be a great one here. Number 1 seed, the Baylor Bears, going to take on the number 2 seed, the Houston Cougars, out in this matchup between these two teams. Houston record of 28-3, Baylor 26-2 on the season. Right now, looking at the spread for this game, Baylor a 5-point favorite going into this game. Over under set at 135 between these two teams. And man, what a matchup we have in store here. Baylor, the number 1 3-point shooting attack in the nation, 42% from 3, taking on the Houston Cougars defense, second in the nation behind Loyola Chicago, top 5 in defending the perimeter. This is going to be a good one between these two teams going down today. Let's see, we got a full pack chat for this stream going out here. Got Big Steelers, Lost Pupper, Joey, Lane, Ian, Lucas, Behind the Arc fan, dedicated out there, woke up at 5:30 in the morning out in Australia here just for the Final Four. Appreciate it, brother, for stopping on by here. What's good? Chris, welcome to the stream here. SS Evan Rays, welcome to the stream. We got Taco, Zane. A lot of great people in the house. My man Vegas, Ethan back in here. Red J, Aaron, Jackson, Diego. What's good, guys, for all being a part here. Once again, Raven, welcome back in here. And this is going to be a good one between these two teams. As the right side of the bracket, Baylor-Houston, battle for Texas going on in this matchup for today. Oh, man, should be a fabulous matchup. I'll be covering both of these teams here out in this one. Houston coming into this game, top 5 in rebounds per game as well. Offensive rebounds, the specialty for Kelvin Sampson's team is they are just physical. Both of these teams are undersized in the front court, but these two teams are just physical with each other. So we're going to feel like a lot of 50-50 balls up for grabs in this one. Physicality all over the court. And, man, this should be a great game. If Houston wants to take this one and pull off the upset, they got to attack down the lane against Baylor's defense, get them into foul trouble. Because last game against Arkansas, Davion Mitchell got into early foul trouble. And then when they lost against Oklahoma State back in the Big 12 semifinals, that's where Oklahoma State attacked down inside and Baylor got into deep foul trouble. They were off from 3 in that game. So, big game going on here with these two teams. Baylor from the perimeter. It's going to be interesting to see what type of team they have from 3 because that game against Hartford and the game against Villanova, both of those games were off multiple days of not playing a single game. They were both cold from those two games there shooting the 3 ball. But when they had one day off against Wisconsin in the round of 32 against Arkansas in the Elite 8, that's where Baylor shot the ball combined 50% through those 2 games from the perimeter. So appreciate you guys for being a part here. Pamela, welcome back in the stream. Salvador Chavez, welcome in here, taking Baylor. Big Spice, welcome back in, taking Houston. If you guys are new on here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Right now, just in the pregame, as we're going to be tipping off in like 6 or 7 minutes from now between these two teams. Yeah, I love calling close games, SS Evan Rays. I hope that one will be close. I predicted Gonzaga, though, by 16. It all depends on, how it does. John, welcome to the stream here. This is the Final Four for college basketball. NCAA tournament. So it started off a field of 68. That was the first 4 playing game. UCLA, what a story. I'll be covering them up later tonight for UCLA taking on Gonzaga. They went from first 4 all the way to Final Four. Became the 5th, number 11 seed to do so to make it to the Final Four. Second of the first 4 teams since VCU with Shaka Smart in 2011. What's good, Bradley? Welcome to the stream here, brother. Cannot wait for this one to get started. Starting lineups being announced right now on the court. Big key for Baylor heading into this one. Forcing turnovers has been huge for the Bears throughout the tournament, as Baylor did it against Villanova and against Wisconsin. Both of those teams are number 1 and number 2 and fewest turnovers per game this season. So Baylor just scrappy out there. Houston has turned over the basketball only 8 times each in the last 2 games. So huge matchup to look out for today at the point guard position. Davion Mitchell for Baylor going up against Dejan Jarreau of Houston in this game. Both of those players key on controlling tempo in this one. The teams here are Houston Cougars versus Baylor Bears. Both of these teams are out in Texas. University of Houston in Houston, Texas, and then Baylor Bears are in Waco, Texas. What's good, Justin? Welcome to the stream. Taking Baylor. Abdul, welcome back in here. Taking Houston in this one. Hit me up who you going out for in this game, Houston or Baylor, if you guys haven't already done so. If you didn't see already from my prediction, I predicted it earlier today. I predict this one to be a close game. I've got Baylor by 3. 69-66 for my prediction. John going to take Houston out for this one, as we're going to tip off this game in less than 5 minutes. Baylor starting lineups are being announced right now, as they just announced the Houston lineups for this one. Other semifinal is UCLA against Gonzaga. That's the other game later tonight. That game will tip off at 8:35 p.m. Eastern time, around or so. It says 5:14 p.m. Eastern time and 8:34 p.m. Eastern time, which is odd why they give those games like a number that's not either 0 or 5. It ends on. What's good, Rick? Welcome to the stream here. Taking Baylor. Steven, welcome to the stream. Should be a good one today going down between these two teams. Quite an interesting color that they have for the court here that they got out. I feel like it's a brighter blue than usual, because I've got the lighter blue background scheme that I have, which I really like that blue that I got right there. Matches the same as I have for the light blue at the right side of the logo, but that I feel like that's much brighter. But it goes for the logo, I guess, that they have for the Final Four logo. So yeah, that's actually it's gonna match the logo, so that looks pretty cool. Yep, Gonzaga wants Baylor, no doubt about it. Yeah, that was my prediction all the way, I think, back from Thanksgiving. After I saw Gonzaga play, and then after I saw Baylor play, I've kept the same prediction for my national title. Brian, welcome to the stream here. Thinks Houston might take it. Got a good shot at it. If Baylor's off in this game shooting, Houston's got a great chance. All going to come down to the glass. That's where Baylor struggled this season, is on defensive rebounds. And Houston, they've been tearing it up on the offensive glass. They're top 5 in the nation on offensive rebounds. Celtics playing at 6. Awesome, man. Yeah, Celtics definitely needed that one. Oh, 6 o'clock. I think it's tomorrow, though, for that game. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at Charlotte they got. Yep, so yeah, not tonight. There's actual games going on right now for the NBA. There's one. The finals on Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. What's good, Paragon Gaming fan page? Appreciate you here for stopping them by again. Good question here. Under or over for this one? My prediction was 69-66. I didn't even take a look at the line or anything, because I predicted that score a couple days ago. I just took a look at the line, and it's 135 for this game. So that's actually even. That's actually even, and I didn't even take a look at the line once, but my prediction is even with that line right now. 69-66. This one's gonna be a tough one, kind of match. I think it's all gonna depend on how the game starts off. Because if Houston puts together stops, and if Baylor starts off cold from the floor, missing shots, it's gonna probably go under. Because Houston's not known for making shots. They've been winning games, shooting the ball high 30% from the floor, winning these games. Big reason why is second chance points, offensive putbacks, and then also stopping opponents has been key. Yeah, I've got Gonzaga to win it all, too, for my prediction. Who's got the best players out of the 4? I go Gonzaga there. Gonzaga, with their starting lineup, they are stacked. And everybody on that team is a terrific passer, just all around. Paragon Gaming fan page, you got under 134.5. So yeah, so you'd be looking for Houston to come out and make big time stops defensively in this one, and then Baylor to be off from their shots, most likely. So it can happen. This could be a defensive type of game like that one where Baylor start out just so slow. Baylor against Villanova last week. All right, here we go. We're going to tip off in just a minute. Baylor will go right to left in the court. White jerseys. Green numbers, green letters. Houston in the red jerseys. White numbers, red letters. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action play-by-play. College hoops throughout March Madness. NBA games as well. I'll be back live later tonight covering Gonzaga against UCLA in the national title game as well on Monday. Let's go as this game just got tipped off. Here we go. Baylor with the first possession. Davion Mitchell has it at the top of the key. Moves it over right corner. Ball into the hands of Vital. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell has it at the right wing. Defended by Sasser. Now double ping. Bounce pass over to Vital. Vital underneath. Gonna kick it outside to the left corner. Butler dribbles. Back inside with 6 in the shot clock. Butler dumps it off. That ball going to go out of bounds. Last tapped out of bounds, though, by Houston. So it's going to be Baylor basketball with 4 seconds left to go on the shot clock. So this game just tipped off right now. What's good, Ian? Welcome to the stream here, brother. So like in Houston, first to 10 points here. Plus 125, he's going out for this one. Inbound coming up underneath their hoop for Baylor. 19:32 left to go in the first half. Davion Mitchell going to be the inbound passer. Bounce pass, Vital. Around the cup, puts it up. Oh, with a block from behind by Houston. Gets the ball back, though. Butler moves over to Mitchell, and that's a shot clock violation. A late pass there, and the time wound down in the clock. Turnover Baylor and Houston with their defense. Going to have first possession. What a block from behind by Justin Gorham. Man. What's good, Woody? Welcome to the stream. Jennifer, welcome back in. Houston has the ball. First possession now for the Cougars. They move it over left baseline. Backing their way inside. Tremont Mark moves it over to the right wing. 3 in the air. Grimes missed it off the back iron. Offensive rebound picked up, though. Reggie Chaney gets it, moves it outside. Giroux fires a 3, missed it, tipped up, and another offensive rebound by Houston. Houston 2-0 on the offensive glass. They'll shoot another 3, and Houston drills it straight away at the top of the key. That was a big key going into this game. Sasser delivers. He hit 5 3-point shots against Oregon State. And Baylor, they need to keep them off the glass. Baylor last place in the Big 12 in defensive rebounds. Houston top 3 in the nation in offensive rebounds. Pass off the cutter over to Vital, and Baylor gets charged with a turnover. So it's going to be Houston ball right back. Man, a rough start for Baylor. 2 turnovers in the first 2 possessions. Usually they're the team that forces the turnovers. Giroux dribbles right baseline, kicks it out left corner, bobbled, and they turn it over. Baylor forces the turnover there. Didn't haul in the pass cleanly for Houston. The Bears move it outside. Butler fires a 3, drills it. In transition, we're tied up at 3. Oh, what a start to this game. 18-18 left to go. I'll be covering Gonzaga, UCLA later tonight as well. So we got a great doubleheader packed here for the Final Four. Houston, now with the ball, moves it over free throw circle. They're going to take it down inside. That's Reggie Chaney. Bounce pass over to Giroux, moves it outside to Sasser. Sasser has it at the edge of the Final Four logo. Defended at the top by Thamba. Step back. He'll launch up a 3. It's up off the side of the rim. No good. Defensive rebound picked up by Baylor. What's good, Tuckhawk? Welcome to the stream here. 17:45 left to go. 3-3. Vital. Moves it over to Maceo Teague. Teague has it now at the left elbow. Teague moves it back over to the top. Mitchell has the ball now. Takes the 3 straight away over Sasser. Boom! Delivers for the triple. Baylor on top, 6-3. They made both of their buckets from 3 in this one. Houston possesses the ball. 17:20 left to go. Cougars at the right wing perimeter. Now they're going to dribble right baseline. They float up the shot. That one's good. Up and in off the glass. Good for 2 by Dejan Giroux. This game is on CBS. Yeah, it's kind of like ESPN's scoreboard or so, but this game's on CBS for today. And Baylor on the ground, lost control of the basketball, and Butler has it stolen away. Baylor comes in and forces a tie-up here. Houston on the ground, force ball tie-up. Wait to see who the possession arrow is. They loaded up the wrong graphic that said first lead today. That should have been possession arrow. Yeah, I think this is possession arrow Houston. Yeah, this should be this is possession arrow Houston with the ball. 16:57 left to go. So Jared Butler dribbled in the key. He lost it. Dove on the ground and couldn't get it back, and Houston came up with a steal. The Cougars now get the inbound. Giroux takes it inside as he tries to drive attack down the lane, and we have the first fall of the game. It's on Baylor. Reach and fall picked up on the court. So Tuckock going out for low-key, wanting UCLA to win later if Baylor gets the W here. Davion Mitchell picks up a reach and fall, and he's just so valuable to this Baylor Bears team. Houston moves it over to the top. Sasser takes a three and delivers straight down. The pipe right there for the triple. Knocks it down. Houston leads at 8-6. 16.5 left to go. Baylor ball. Butler hands it over to Teague. Maceo Teague at the top, dribbles towards the right elbow, double team pass, deflected inside. Houston almost came up with a steal. We do have a late whistle. It's on Houston as they get called for the reach in. What's good, Sports Nation? Welcome to the stream here. If you guys are new, first timer in the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action here, play-by-play. College games, NBA games here and Behind the Arc Basketball. What a start to this one. Baylor going to get the inbound. They check in number 10, Adam Flagler, sixth man for this team, as he checks into the game. Matthew Meyer as well, sixth man this season, checks into the game for Baylor. And John Wachatua, Baylor, hands it off top of the key to Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles towards the left elbow as he rolls down, pass over to Meyer. Meyer jumper at the left baseline, drills it. Oh, man, that fooled Houston right there. Davion Mitchell, I think the Houston defense was expecting a shot. Instead, he pump faked out the Houston defense, went into a jump shot motion, and kicked it down to the left baseline where Meyer was able to knock down the shot. Houston has it over to Grimes. Open. Takes the three. Missed it off the back iron. Defensive rebound picked up by John Wachatua. So they go with some size here, and that helps out for Baylor. Ground with the defensive board to sit, but the pick by John Wachatua. Moves it back outside to Meyer. Meyer takes a left wing three. Delivers for the triple. Baylor leads it 11-8. Favorite college team's Providence. Favorite NBA team is the Boston Celtics. 15:30 left to go. I'm actually from Massachusetts, if you guys didn't know. Houston lost it, gets it back with Giroux. Giroux guarded at the top by Butler. Giroux double team. Chama Chatua comes over. And then he moves it over to Chaney. Back out to the top to Sasser. 6 in the shot clock for Houston. Houston dribbles. Sasser bounce pass over to Giroux. Floats up the shot at the left elbow. Hit the front rim. Gets through an offensive rebound right back. Out to the top. Houston has the ball. They move it out to the right wing here to Giroux. Giroux gets around Butler. Dumps it off right baseline. Gorham. Spin move inside. And Baylor comes out with a steal. Jared Butler forces a turnover off the spin move and was stripped by as Justin Gorham lost it. Baylor has the ball. Mitchell at the right wing. Mitchell moves it over to John Wachatua. A wide open jumper. Floats it up. Gut it. At the free throw circle. Good for 2 for the Bears. What's good, Santana? Eric, welcome to the stream here. Michael and Vladimir, all welcome on board again. 14:35 left to go. Baylor on a 7-zip scoring run. Houston has the ball. They're down by 5. The Cougars dribble at the left elbow. Flagler defending Grimes. They move it back out to the top here to Sasser. Sasser defended by Butler at the top of the key. Sasser at the left wing, 5 in the shot clock. Sasser moves it over to Giroux. Giroux now dribbles. Floats up the fadeaway right baseline. Jumper off the side of the backboard. No good, and that's a shot clock violation by Houston. So Baylor will have the ball right back. 14:15 left to go in the timeout taken. TV timeout on the court here. First one of the game as we go to the first timeout tonight. Yeah, we can see the energy level right now on the court out on this one. Boston does... Oh, yeah, Boston University and Boston College are like the... They have multiple college basketball teams out there in Boston. Yep. Yeah, Boston College. Yeah, the bigger one, well, more like the power conference team is Boston College. They haven't been, like, great for ages. They haven't made the tournament since 2009. But yeah, there's like multiple teams over here for college basketball in Mass. Over in Boston, they have Boston College, Boston University, Northeastern. There's a ton of D3 colleges because I went to college in the Boston area, and that's where I went to a D3 college when I went to school. So right now we're just in the timeout here, everyone. Appreciate everybody for being a part in the stream. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games here on the channel. I'll also be covering the game after this one between Gonzaga and UCLA. Hopefully that one will be a good game as well. What's good, Diop Hot Dog? Welcome back in. Yeah, so big key in this game, Houston, they're not known for their shooting. They're getting victories here in the tournament. They're shooting the ball like high 30s from the floor. Big reason why is their defense, and also and also it's been through second chance points as well. Offensive rebounds, which Houston so far this game out rebounding Baylor 3-1 on the offensive glass. Total rebounds, though, is tied up at 3. So Baylor bringing in Chanwa Chatua. He had a big rebound for a defensive rebound right before the timeout. What's good, Treeper? Welcome to the stream here. Yep, I used to go to a D3 college where I graduated from, and goes to a Class B high school. It looks like. I'm taking Baylor in this one. My prediction, 69-66 Baylor. KD, welcome back in here. Back at Baylor, purely because of Matthew Meyer's mullet he had. A game-winning mullet right there. Matthew Meyer rocking the mullet. Something you don't really see that often nowadays. Yeah, that was crazy. Oregon State was down by 17, and they almost came back in that game against Houston. So Houston, they do the tip drill. What they do for grabbing offensive rebounds. Kelvin Sampson, he puts a lid on the hoop. And that's why this Houston team, even though they don't have like a dominant big on their team, everybody's 6'8" or under. He puts a lid on the hoop, and all they do is just shoot the ball, goes off the lid, and they all crash the glass to come up with a rebound. That's why this team is just so skilled when it comes to rebounding. We're back to action. Baylor, left baseline dribble. Meyer missed the reverse-handed layup. He gets his own rebound back, though. Baylor has it. 13:50 in the clock. Butler moves it outside to Meyer. Meyer takes a 3, no good offensive rebound. And Chanwa Chatua gets it, puts it up, he gets fouled. 2 offensive rebounds right there in that possession by Baylor. That is huge for the Bears, knowing that Houston, with their specialty, is offensive boards. Jonathan Chanwa Chatua going to go to the line, shoot 2 for Baylor. Clock will stop with 13:46. First free throw, no good, too strong. Off the back iron. Baylor isn't a strong free throw shooting team this season for the Bears here. They're around 200th in the nation, around 70% at the free throw line. Hey, thanks so much, Woody. Appreciate it, brother. Second free throw, that one's good. What's good, Bryce? Welcome back in here. Yeah, that court is totally different. Matches right up with a Final Four logo. It's like a brighter blue than usual. 13.5 left to go. Houston has the ball. Down by 6. Grimes moves it outside right wing to Sasser. Passes right corner perimeter to Giroux. He's double teamed. Flings it over inside. Intercepts the ball by Baylor. Davion Mitchell jumps the root. Picks it off underneath the basket. Meyer flings it outside to Flagler. Back out to the top to Mitchell. Mitchell has it at the left elbow. Mitchell double team, flings it over inside a key, and Chanwa Chatua puts it up, he gets fouled. It's going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Clock will stop with 13:09. Blocking foul picked up by Reggie Chaney of Houston. He almost got the block on it. That was close. So Jonathan Chanwa Chatua back to the free throw line, second time in this game. Or actually, it's going to be Fabian White Jr. that picked up the foul. So 35 instead of 32. It was assessed to Fabian White Jr. Steven, welcome on the stream, bud. Taking Houston for this one. First free throw good by Baylor. Bears second free throw. Chanwa Chatua drills it. 16-8. Houston needs to start getting going offensively in this game. We got 13 minutes left to go. Cougars have the ball. Fabian White at the top. Hands it off to Sasser. This game's on CBS. They move it over to the left baseline. Backing his way in there. Fabian White Jr. at the free throw circle. Pass it off to Cutter. Underneath to Mark. Marcus triple team. Moves it outside. Over to the left wing. Catch and fire 3. Sasser delivers as he knocks it down for Houston. That's a big 3. Puts it to a 5-point game. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action here, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA, and behind your basketball. Baylor with a great start, leading by 5, 12.5 left to go. Bears top of the key. Davion Mitchell. Mitchell moves it over to Meyer. Gets some space wide open. Fires a three. Missed it though. Off the glass. Tipped up. Baylor comes out with an offensive rebound. The Bears move it back over to the top to Mitchell. Dribbles left elbow. Shot fake. Leans into it. Forces up the shot. He gets fouled. Another foul picked up by Houston. That's going to be their 4th as a team. And the clock will stop with 12:09 left to go. Davion Mitchell will shoot 2 at the free throw line. He went pump fake and leaned into the contact. Hey, thanks so much, Bryce. Appreciate it, bud. Vaden, welcome to the stream here. Taking Baylor out in this one. First free throw. Mitchell drills it. Surprise Shorty, welcome to the stream here. If you guys are new in the channel, hit me up in the chat who you got in this game, Baylor or Houston. Yes, I'll be covering UCLA Gonzaga after this one. Also, I'll be covering the national championship on Monday. Second free throw, Mitchell missed it. Defensive rebound picked up by Houston. Cougars have the ball. Dejan Jarreau at the edge of the Final Four logo. Dribbles towards the left wing, defended by Vital. Shot fake free throw circle, pass over to White. White double teamed inside. As he tries to pass it, we do have a reach and foul. It's on Baylor, second personal foul. Clock will stop with just under 12 minutes to play. 11:52 left to go. Baylor by 6 says they're going to go on a TV timeout. Bryce picked Houston in this one. What's good, Daniel? Welcome to the stream here, man. Happy Easter out to you as well, and everybody on this stream. Second media timeout of the game, currently. Baylor lighting it up from the floor early on. They made 3 3-point shots for the Bears. That's their bread and butter. 60%, 42% on the season for Baylor. Number 1 3-point shooting team. Top scorers right now. It's off the bench. Jonathan Chanwa-Chatu of 5 points. 3 of those points at the free throw line and a bucket inside. Matthew Meyer, 6th man from the team. 5 points so far by Meyer in this game, made a triple. 4 points by Davion Mitchell, already got 4 assists. And we're not even halfway through the first half for Davion. And then 3 points by Jared Butler with a made 3. Butler's attempted 2 shots so far. Mitchell's only attempted 1 from the floor. For Houston, Marcus Sasser been the one who's keeping them in this game. Sasser, 9 points out of the 11. 3 for 4 from the floor. All 3 main shots are from 3-point range. 2 points by Dejan Jarreau. Quentin Grimes yet to hit. 0 for 2 from the floor shooting. And their front court options, Cheney, Gorham, Fabian White Jr., and Gresham have all yet to take a shot so far for Houston. What's good, old man? Welcome back in the stream here. Hope all is going well, guys. Razorbacks roll, welcome in. Taking Baylor here, 76-67. Yeah, I like the new logo, bud. That's awesome. So right now we're just in a timeout, 11:52 left to go. If you guys are new, first-timers in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college basketball games, NBA games as well here on Behind Your Basketball. And what a game that we've had so many great games here throughout the tournament. I predicted a close game, and hopefully it lives up to that hype today. The Awesome Inc., welcome to the stream here, taking Houston to win this one. Looking for the world to need a good upset story. He puts out here. This tournament's been full of upsets. It's just been shockers all over the place. It's crazy. Like, who would have ever expected Oral Roberts to make it to the Sweet 16? Oregon State to the Elite 8. And UCLA as a play-in team, as an 11 play-in team, down by 14 in the first 4 against Michigan State. Now playing tonight in the Final 4 against Gonzaga. Just crazy tournament that we have had. UCLA, 11 national titles. Rest of the Final 4 has 0 national titles. 11 straight champions based in the Eastern Time Zone. Last non-Eastern Time Zone winner, 2008 Kansas. And we're going to get a new champion this year. Not from the Eastern Time Zone. David, welcome back in the stream here. No problem, you're late, man. Hope all is going well. Taking Baylor out in this one. So many cardboard cutouts here at the court. As we'll get right back into it. 11:50 left to go. Houston gets the inbounds. The Cougars have the basketball. Top of the key for Houston is Dejan Jarreau. He dribbles towards the left wing. Drives now down the lane inside. Jarreau floats up the shot off the top of the backboard. It gets an offensive rebound, but poked loose out of bounds. And it's out of bounds by Tremont Mark first. So Houston turns it over, and Baylor hustle play right there to force the turnover off the fingertips and Mark out of bounds. So Bears will have the ball. Baylor has the ball. They move it over. Flagler back out top of the key here to Butler. Butler bounce pass over to the left wing. Chanwa Chatua hands it off to Adam Flagler. Moves over to Butler. Turns the corner. Drives inside. Dumps off to Vital. Vital puts it up behind the defense. Good for two. Up and in off the backboard. Baylor leads it by 8. Juan, welcome in here from Elsa, Texas. Taking Baylor in this one. Appreciate it for finding my stream here. 11:10 left to go. Houston now with the ball. The Cougars have it at the top of the key. They dribble towards the right with Sasser. Sasser hands it off to Tremont Mark. Mark at the top, defended by Maceo Teague. Mark dribbles. Jumper. Free throw circle. No good. Air ball. Out of bounds. And it's out of bounds by Houston. Houston struggling right now, hitting their shots. They've yet to attack the basket, and that's how you beat Baylor. You put them into foul trouble, go downhill like Oklahoma State did in the Big 12 tournament, and that's how they knocked them out in the semifinals. Houston hasn't done that. They're attacking from the right and left sides, but they're not going downhill at all. Butler fires a 3 and delivers for the triple by Baylor. Oh man, they are feeling it in this game. 22-11. The bench is loving that right there for the Bears, and the quick timeout taken by Kelvin Sampson. 10:40 left to go as Baylor on a roll here. The Bears have made 4 3-point shots. They are 60% from the floor, 7 for 11 heading to the timeout. Yes, I used to play basketball. I played basketball all the way through middle school. My main sport, though, was baseball. I played all the way through high school. I predicted Baylor. My final score, though, was 69-66. Baylor just out on the roll in this one right now. They are crushing it. So, timeout taken by Kelvin Sampson. Didn't take too long to take that timeout, as all they can generate so far is points by Sasser. Dejan Jarreau has to play. He had to come into this game, play a perfect game, and he's turned it over twice so far. Missed 4 shots from the floor. It's been a tough one for Houston when 2 of their key players in this one, Quentin Grimes and Dejan Jarreau, are combining 1 for 7 from the floor so far. What's good, Jason? Welcome on the stream here, bud. Baylor they're big time so far in this game. And this team's a second half team too, usually, for Baylor. Usually it takes a while for them to heat up or so, but in the last game they came out firing 2 against Arkansas. Yeah, Marcus Sasser's the only one. He's hit 3 3-point shots. They've only made 4 shots from the floor, 3 of those made by Sasser. Houston needs more players to contribute, whereas Baylor in this game already, they've got 4 different players that's made at least 2 shots from the, or at least 4 points they've scored from the floor. They've had 5 different scores so far. Leading scorer 6 points by Jared Butler. He has drilled 2 threes. 5 points by Chanwa Chatua, 5 by Meyer off the bench. And then 2 by Mark Vital. And then 4 by Davian Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 assists. What am I seeing here that I've seen all season long? Do I think Baylor can maybe upset Gonzaga? I think it'll be a tight game. I think they can make it like single digits and give them a really good run. My prediction was Gonzaga 85-84. And like a game for the ages. So I think it's possible that if Baylor is doing what they keep on doing here, just knocking down threes, because that's what BYU did in that first half of the WCC title game, then Gonzaga adjusted and was able to lock up the perimeter. But that was only with 1 player there. That was Trevin Nell at BYU that went off. They have five different players in this Baylor team that shoots the ball over 39+% from 3-point range. So Baylor's capable of multiple players going off from the perimeter. They give Gonzaga the hardest fight. My prediction, though, I've got Gonzaga, though, winning the championship since Thanksgiving. That's my prediction, but I do think Baylor will give them a fight. Like, I predicted Gonzaga by 1. An incredible tournament game. 10:20 left to go. We're back into it. Houston really needs to start getting rolling right now. They turn the corner. Dribble inside. Floats up the shot. Too strong off the back iron to get the offensive rebound back. They move it outside to Sasser. He takes the three. Rattled out. No good. Tipped up around the perimeter. Baylor comes out with the rebound. Pass gets deflected. They were lucky. That's stolen back by Grimes. They were lucky. Baylor had one back on transition. They'll take a three straight away. No good. Missed it. And it gets tapped out of bounds as Grimes missed it. Tapped out last by Houston. It's going to be Baylor ball. What's good? Diamond McCrab, welcome in here. All his picks, Baylor versus UCLA in the championship. Jose, welcome in here. He's with his girlfriend today. Hope all is going well with you and your girlfriend. Got Jose Broncos, welcome in as well. 9:45 left to go. Boat Jose's in the chat. Step back three by Butler. Missed it. Hit the front rim. Defensive rebound picked by Houston. They're going to slow it down with Sasser. 9.5 left to go. Sasser at the top. Passes over to the right wing. Houston moves it back over to the top of the key. Sasser takes the three and delivers straight away. Knocks down the triple. Sasser has got 12 out of the 14 in this game right now for Houston. 9:20 left to go. Baylor has the ball. Butler at the top of the key. Moves it outside to Teague. Teague fires a three over Mark. And that one up at the left wing. No good. Hit the back iron. Vital tried to come up with a rebound and he stepped out of bounds with it. So it's going to be Houston ball. Mark, welcome to the stream here. Tomas, welcome to the stream. It's on CBS. It's also on the March Madness Live app as well. Rick and JL, welcome back in here. Chris liking Baylor to win the title. Sasser with 12 out of the 14 for Houston. Houston has the ball now. 8:50 left to go. They dribble left baseline. Fabian White Jr. underneath, defended by Thamba. Moves back outside to the left wing. Houston has it. Turns the corner. Dribbles. Floats up the shot at the right elbow. Sasser no good. Got knocked down. No call. Defensive rebound picked by Vital. Baylor going to take it up the court. Butler drives right in the teeth of the defense. Puts it up. And in. Gets called though for the offensive foul. Or no, it's gonna be a defensive foul. So defensive foul, they award a bucket right there to Jared Butler. Yeah, his feet wasn't set by Houston. Justin Gorham. Yeah, it wasn't set just yet for Gorham. The camera was way off on that last one. So Butler's shooting one at the line, 24-14. So they call a blocking foul on Gorham for Houston. Like, the cameraman lost Baylor completely on the fast break on that last play. Like, they had like a floor cam or so. 25-14. Baylor's largest lead right now in full control. 8.5 left to go. The Bears have gone to the free throw line already multiple times. They're 5 for 7 at the charity stripe. Houston has it. Edge of the Final Four logo. Jarrell has the ball at the left wing perimeter. Looking to pass it off, and he still has it, though. Jarrell at the left wing. Now dribbles back to the top of the key. Giroux defended by Butler. Going to move it over. That pass deflected. Lucky they have it back over to Grimes. Fires a corner three. No good off the back iron. Defensive rebound picked up by Baylor. And another foul picked up by Houston. That's going to be personal foul number 6. Clock will stop with 8:04. Houston picks up the over the back call. What's good, Jennifer? Welcome back on the stream here. Yeah, not the start that Houston wanted, because offensively in this type of game, their tempo for style for Houston, it doesn't match what Baylor plays. And Houston's offense, it's basically all about offensive rebounds. And Baylor, during the first minute, they struggled on offensive rebounds. The first possession, Houston had 2 offensive rebounds ever since Baylor is tied up on the offensive glass 4-4 against Houston. Baylor has the ball, 7:50 left to go. They pass over to Butler, but a call here around the perimeter. It's going to be a Baylor foul. Away from the basketball, it's going to be an offensive foul picked up by Baylor. So turnover Bears. Looks like we're going to go in another timeout. Bears rolling in this one, 25-14. What's good, Kevin? Welcome to the stream here. Taking Baylor. Yeah, Davion Mitchell, number 45. No releasing to Donovan Mitchell, though, for Utah. So on another timeout, if you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games here on the channel. It's basically Sasser. That's all that showed up so far for Houston. They needed all hands on deck in this game to get it done, to stay with Baylor. Baylor in this game so far, they have 5 players that scored. Leading scorer, Jared Butler, he's drilled down 2 3-point shots. 9 points for Butler, 4 points and 4 assists by Davion Mitchell. 5 points each by Chama Chatu and Matthew Meyer from the bench, and 2 by Mark Vital. And what Houston came in key with this season was on the glass. Baylor's a +5 in the glass right now. Baylor was dead last this season in defensive rebounds. Or dead last in the Big 12 Conference this season in defensive rebounds. Baylor out-rebounding Houston, something you don't hear a lot. 12-7 on the glass for Baylor, out-rebounding Houston, +5. So we knew going into this game, both of these teams were physical. And that Baylor would have to match Houston's physicality so far. And Baylor's just gone out and shredded Houston. Houston's giving them space around the perimeter, which you haven't seen that much from Houston this year. They just locked down defense, but they've given Baylor space around the perimeter, and Baylor's taken charge of that. You don't want to give the #1 3-point shooting team in the nation a lot of space out there, and they've knocked down 4 triples of the team, 4 for 8 from the perimeter by Baylor. Houston just keeping them in the game. Sasser, he's the only one that showed up so far. Yeah, the rest of the team just hasn't been able to show up today. Yep, Davion Mitchell has the initials D. Mitchell. Where's the number 45? Wonder it compares to what? Oh, wait, that's Spida Mitchell. What's good, Ant? Welcome to the stream here. Lost Pupper, welcome back in, bud. Lucas, welcome in, taking Baylor here. Yeah, my prediction was for Baylor in this one. I predicted, though, by 3, 69-66. We're back to action. Houston has picked up 6 personal fouls. They have it at the right wing perimeter for the Cougars. Yeah, still a ton of time left to go. The thing is that Baylor is a pretty good second-half team. They almost forced a turnover at the corner, lost it. Tapped from behind, though, by Butler out of bounds. Houston gets lucky with 5 in the shot clock as they'll get the basketball coming up. Big key for Baylor, once again, is forcing turnovers. They've forced 4 turnovers so far by Houston. 3 of those been steals. Houston fires a 3, missed it. Off the back iron from the right corner. Baylor comes out with a defensive rebound. The Bears have the ball at the top with Mitchell. Mitchell defended by Sasser. Mitchell dribbles, drives inside at the right baseline, moves it out, and over to Butler. Butler picks it up with 7 minutes left to go. At the top of the key, Butler has the ball. Double team. Flings it over to the right corner. Wide open 3. Mitchell. No good. Rattled out. Lucky for Houston. Offensive rebound. Meyer. Puts it up and in off the backboard. Good for 2 by Baylor. Oh, total bobble right there for Houston. That is something you never see. Houston with a defensive rebound opportunity, and they bobble the basketball away, and Meyer lands up with the ball as a gift in his hands and puts it up and in for 2 right underneath the hoop. Houston moves it around the perimeter. Finally, an open shot. They take one, and it's good for the triple straight away. Goes downtown by Sasser. Sasser has scored 17 out of the 19 points for Houston. 15 out of the 17 points right now for Houston. 27-17. Baylor has it at the right wing. Flagler moves it outside, top of the key. Mitchell, 10 on the shot clock, 6:05 left to go. Mitchell, dribble drive inside. Oh, nice dump off, left corner 3. Meyer takes it, could not finish. Offensive rebound, Flagler moves it back outside to the top. They take the 3, and boom, Baylor delivers by Jared Butler with a triple. Just so good with the ball movement right there. That's how they did against Arkansas. Just dribble drive penetration by Mitchell. Kick out to the corner. And Meyer was wide open, couldn't get it, but even a great offensive rebound right there. Houston has the ball, 5.5 left to go. Houston at the left wing. Sasser dribbles top of the key. He's defended by Flagler towards his right now. Hands it off to Grimes. Grimes moves it over, and that's a turnover. Yikes. Yikes. Just straight between the legs. They turned it over, and that pass around the perimeter by Houston. 5:25 left to go. They've turned it over 5 times so far for the Cougars. Mitchell has the ball again at the right wing. Passes over left corner, catching fire. Butler delivers for the triple. Nobody's stopping this perimeter attack right now. They are feeling it with 5:08 left to go and a timeout taken by Kelvin Sampson. He is livid right now for this one. Yup, Baylor is rolling here in this one. One player showed up tonight for Houston. That is it. Marcus Sasser has scored 15 out of the 17 points. He has made 5 3-point shots alone in the first half. Baylor's made 6 as a team. They've connected, though, on 56% of their shots. Houston has only made 6 shots as a team. They've attempted 20 shots. They're 30% from the floor. Houston taking a lot of low percentage shots out there and some poor turnovers too. Just have gave the game away. It's a quick 30-second timeout. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games here and Behind Your Basketball. Appreciate everybody for being a part here. Yeah, Houston became the first ever team to reach the Final Four that won against all double-digit seeds. We're back into action. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Houston in a lot of trouble, down by 16. The Cougars have it at the left wing. Sasser, defended by Mitchell. Sasser at the top, takes a 3. It's up, and it hit the front rim, no good. Defensive rebound picked up by Butler for Baylor. Bears have the ball. Mitchell flings it outside. Flagler in transition. Jacks about 3, and boom! Delivers the triple by Adam Flagler. Davion Mitchell, the facilitator. Just flings it over cross court right there from the right wing to the left wing. 9-zip run last minute and a half for the Bears. Houston has the ball. Grimes moves over left wing. Giroux passes over. Ball into the hands now of Gorham. Gorham moves it over to Tremont Mark. Mark turns the corner. Dribbles. Floats on the mid-range shot. Hit the front rim. No good. And Baylor crashes the glass when Butler comes up with a defensive rebound. Baylor up by 19, looking to add to it. Mitchell. Bounce pass off the cutter. Watch out. Reverse-handed layup. Goes down. It might have been partially blocked too, but either way, found itself in the hoop for 2 right there for Baylor. The Bears extended 21-point lead. 4 minutes left to go. Houston has the ball and going to have a quick stoppage here in the court. Clock will stop with 3:53. Timeout taken. Yeah, this game's on CBS if you guys are new. What's good? Scott, welcome to the stream here. Appreciate it, brother, for being a part of the channel. Hit me up in the chat here. Who you got in this one or who you would predict in the pregame, Baylor or Houston for this one. Man, just Baylor destroying Houston right now. Hey, we got a dono here, my man Jason. Welcome back on the stream here, brother. Let's get that dono hype here from my man Jason on the stream for the Asteroid Fund. Baylor can beat Gonzaga. If they're going off like this, they can give them the biggest chance. Jared Butler, 4 made 3-point shots in the first half alone. 7 made threes by Baylor. 54% from 3-point range. 62% from the floor. Just tearing it up here for the Bears. Wow. Houston cannot hit a shot. 29% from the floor by Houston. What's good, Brian? Welcome to the stream here. Watched the first 10 minutes, came back, took a power nap, come back, and it's a spanking. Hey, you got a lot to look forward to next season for Brian there at Maryland. So, Fats Russell, he just transferred today, and they also got Qudus Wahab from Georgetown, so they got a really good big for the team. So, Brian's Final Four almost perfect, and yeah, Michigan against UCLA just couldn't close it out there. Unbelievable. 21-point game, and we still got 4 minutes left to go before half. Thanks so much, Juan, for stopping on by and being a part here on the stream. Michael, welcome to the stream here. Thanks so much for being a part here. Yep, Baylor just destroying them. It looked like Baylor was in trouble, like first possession this game. Houston got 2 quick offensive rebounds in the first possession, but Houston, their bread and butter has been offensive rebounds. They've only got 4 of those, and 2 of those were in the first possession. This is something you don't really see that often. Baylor leading the glass over Houston 17-7. Baylor plus 10 on the rebounding total against the top 5 rebounding team for the Cougars. This game, Yunjun, this game, you can watch it on the March Madness app. So if you go on the NCAA March Madness app, you can watch it. Luke took Baylor here. 5-point favorite in the line, under 135 for this one. What's good, John? Welcome on here. Taking Baylor. Just right now on the timeout. Going to head right back to it. 3:53 left to go. And, man, the Bears came out firing on all cylinders out in this game. And Houston, with their offense, just has yet to get into a roll. And Baylor's put up 38 on the board against Houston. Just unheard of. Usually you don't see that number that often. We're back to action. Houston has it. They just have yet to play with the tempo for Baylor. Giroux floats up the shot mid-range. Rattled out, no good. Tipped and tapped out of bounds. Or it's not going to be tapped out of bounds. Looked like it definitely hit the end line, but no. Baylor picks up the basketball. Meyer has it the left wing perimeter. Moves it to the top to Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles back. Davion Mitchell, top of the key. Takes a 3. At the top. Missed it off the mark. No good. Defensive rebound picked by Houston. 3:20 left to go. Cougars have it. Giroux at the right wing. Dribbles now back, hands it over to Grimes. Grimes at the top of the key. Slides it out to the left wing perimeter. They move it back over to Quinn and Grimes. Grimes, step back, jumper, free throw circle. Missed it. No good, and we get a foul. I think it's on Davion Mitchell. If so, that's going to be his second personal foul, and it is. Okay, so that's going to be Baylor's 4th personal foul, second personal foul, or fifth personal foul as a team. Second one, I believe, picked up by Davion Mitchell. As Maceo Teague's going to check into this game, same as Jonathan Chanwa-Chatua. It's called NCAA March Madness. I believe that's what it's called, yeah. March Madness Live, yep. .304 left to go. So Mitchell picked up his second personal foul. He's still out there, though, for Baylor. Inbound. Houston has it. As they're going to put one up, and we got underneath like a late whistle. What was the call here? The camera just didn't even pan into what happened. I think it's a foul by Baylor. What's good, Rye? Welcome to the stream here. Oh, no, it's a turnover by Houston. Houston travel with it underneath. So it's going to be Baylor ball. That's the 6th turnover by Houston. Mitchell has it again. Drives inside. Dumps it off to Vital. Vital underneath. Lost it. Turnover Baylor. Houston has it back with 2:40 left to go. Houston lost the handle. That one up the court by Giroux. Here goes Baylor. Going to make you pay. 3-on-2. Jumper. Open. Flagler. No good off the back iron. Defensive rebound picked by Houston. That's a rare miss right there in transition by Baylor. They didn't attack the lane and lay it up. They settled for a deep jumper, and Vital picks up the rebounding foul. So that's going to be Baylor's 6th personal foul. 2:34 left to go. Meyer going to check back into the game. Vital going to go back to the bench here as he picks up his 2nd personal foul. Houston will get the inbounds. 2.5 remaining. Cougars have the ball. They move it out left wing perimeter. Sasser. Bounce pass over to the top, over to Grimes. Houston is yet to score in over 4 minutes. Cougars have it at the right wing. Houston moves it out to the left elbow. Ball into the hands to Gorham. Gorham has it poked loose. We have a reach in, though. It's picked up by Baylor. That's going to be Baylor's 7th personal foul. Clock will stop with 2:17. It's going to send Houston to the bonus. It's going to put in Baylor. They're in the bonus as well next time around. Houston's picks up 6 personal fouls. First free throw, that one's good by Houston. What's good, George? Welcome to the stream here. Looking Baylor out in this one. Over 200 on the chat right now. Appreciate all the new people for joining me in the stream. If you guys are new, first timers, spike the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action here, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games, and behind the arc basketball. Second free throw off the back iron, missed it, got deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Baylor, so Houston gonna have this basketball back. Houston inbounds and passes around the perimeter, deflected. Last touch by Meyer out of bounds. Dangerous pass there by the Cougars. So Houston will have the ball again on the inbound. 2:13 left to go. Houston inbounds it. Top of the key, Giroux. Giroux dribbles towards his right, moves it back out. Top of the free throw circle. Jumper, no good. Too strong. Defensive rebound picked up by Baylor. Houston's shot just way off the mark today. Over to Meyer at the left wing. Meyer gets a lot of separation. Meyer now with the basketball around the perimeter to the top of the key. Meyer, dribble drive inside. Meyer floats one up with the right hand, and that's good for 2. Kiss off the glass by Matthew Meyer for Baylor. They've dropped down 40 in the first half against the number 2 defense in all college basketball. And here's a steal by Baylor right at half court. Mitchell drives inside, and the shot gets blocked out of bounds by Gorham of Houston. The clock will stop with 1:38 left to go. You got to play perfect basketball to beat Baylor. Houston been far away from that today. So led to Baylor with 4 steals and 7 turnovers by Houston. Mitchell checks out of the game with 1:38 left to go. Inbound coming up for Baylor underneath their hoop. The Bears pass it over to Meyer. Meyer at the right baseline. He dribbles inside, puts one up, blocked. Off the glass, Houston comes back with the ball. The Cougars have it as they dribble past half court. Top of the key, Sasser. Sasser moves it towards his right into the hands to Grimes. Quentin Grimes has been scoreless for the leading scorer, averaging 19-point game. The ball poked loose from behind. Baylor comes up with a steal. It's on the ground right at half court. 2 Baylor players diving for it. Flagler and Teague battling for that ball between Houston on the court at the half court line, and it's going to be a tie up here. Possession arrow, Baylor ball. Baylor going to get the basketball. Wow. Nothing going Houston's way today. They just not come prepared in the first half of this one at all. Wow. What's good, Chaz? Welcome to the stream here. It's going to be a long way because Houston has struggled to make shots, so this one's going to be tough. They can definitely make stops, but they've given up 40, which is so much in the first half. Baylor has the top of the key. Butler, spin move at the free throw circle, moves it back outside to Mitchell. 1 minute left to go, 5 in the shot clock. Mitchell fires a 3, top of the key over Sasser, delivers with a triple by Davion Mitchell. Oh, what a pounding it is. They're going to say it's a 2. His foot was on the line. They give him a 2 according to the ESPN's CBS scoreboard. 42-18, 42 seconds left to go before halftime. An absolute pounding. Houston with the ball top of the key. Sasser now drives inside, floats up a shot and gets it. The only one that can score today. Marcus Sasser's got 17 points out of the 20 for the Cougars. They needed a full team for this one, not one player to show up in this game. 20 seconds left to go. Baylor has the ball. They're going to have the final possession here before halftime. Mitchell has it at the edge of the March Madness logo. Defended by Sasser. 22-point lead. Shot clock down to 7. Top of the key, Mitchell. He has it. 5. 4 on the clock. Step back 3. Lost Sasser and delivers. What happened to the defense right there for Houston as they go off to the tunnel walking? They go off to the tunnel walking for Houston. Whereas Baylor goes off to the tunnel, excited and jogging. Step back 3 in the air. Mitchell delivers with so much space out in front of him. So much space out in front of him. Where's the defense? Where's the number 2 defense right there in all college basketball in the first half? Yikes. 45-30, Baylor schooling the Cougars here in the first half, knocking down 8 triples. Unbelievable. Wow. And this Baylor team, they were a second half team too. They were trailing by Villanova at halftime in the Sweet 16. They came out and got on a huge swing of the momentum in the second half. 25-point lead, and all that showed up today was just Sasser for Houston as we're at halftime right now. So I'll bring it back to the main screen. Jacob, welcome back on the stream here. Yeah. They just have taken all like low percentage shots today. Low percentage jump shots all over the place, and nothing is underneath. You gotta attack Baylor inside. That's how Oklahoma State beat Baylor. They went downhill, attacked the lane, and got Baylor into deep foul trouble and locked down their perimeter. I would have expected Houston at least to lock down their perimeter, but no. Houston's given up 8 3-point shots. Baylor's 50% from 3-point range at halftime here, 8 for 16. I can't stream the video due to copyright, Young John. It says it up at the top in red. So all that came to play today was Sasser, top scorer for Houston throughout the season. Quentin Grimes is 0 for 5 from the floor today, 0 for 4 from 3-point range, as Grimes has made at least 4 3-point shots in every single game heading into this one in the tournament. He's got no points heading into half. Baylor's got at least 1 steal by every single player inside the starting 5 in this game. They forced 6 steals here in the first half. If you want to compete with Baylor, you got to play perfect basketball, take care of the basketball, because Baylor is top 10 in the nation in forcing turnovers. Man, what a pounding. Baylor's just found their rhythm. They're just red hot. So, I'll be back later tonight as well. I'll be covering UCLA versus Gonzaga. Feel free to stop on by for that if you guys would like to be a part of that stream. These might be 2 blowouts in these games. These might be both blowouts in the Final Four, which will set up, hopefully, a classic tournament final. Really do hope so. My prediction is, in the tournament final, Gonzaga 85-84. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I heard about that. They got Audi's Tony from Pittsburgh for Arkansas. Terrific transfer right there. Maryland today got 2 key transfers. Fats Russell from Rhode Island, and they also got Qudus Wahab from Georgetown. Yeah, same with me behind Eric Fan. I thought that Houston's defense could at least keep them into the game, but I predicted Baylor still to get the W. This isn't even close. Do I think UCLA Gonzaga would be a close game? I predicted Gonzaga by 16 in that one. So just feeling it in the first half, and it's very odd to see Houston down on the glass in the first half. That's something you don't really see that often. Baylor just not only matching their physicality they came out to do today, they are well exceeding Houston's physicality in this game. Houston just comes out flat, taking low percentage shots from the floor, doesn't even go underneath the basket and drive down the lane. They're just taking deep shots and missing. They've attempted 14 3-point shots where they're not strong from the perimeter this season, and they made all 5 of those 3-point shots by Marcus Sasser in the first half. They missed 9 3-point shots, but the rest rest of their teammates. Quentin Grimes 0 for 4 from the outside. Dejan Giroux is 0 for 2 from 3-point range. And then Giroux has turned it over 4 times. Which Giroux one of those was between the legs off a pass that just went out of bounds. Giroux is coming into this game playing a crucial role in the other tournament victories, big time, that he has. Hey, thanks so much, Jason, for stopping on by, man, and I'll see you tonight if you stopping by again. Yeah, this would be much worse if Sasser wasn't hitting shots. This would be a single digit right now at halftime, and probably a low single digit. Shoo. Something you don't see that often, though. Baylor plus 9 on the glass at half, 20-11 for the rebounds for Baylor against Houston, a top 5 rebounding team. Houston hasn't faced, their defense hasn't faced a team that has so many backcourt scores like this before. That's the thing. Baylor has more assists right now than Houston does for rebounds. Baylor has 12 assists at halftime. Houston has 11 rebounds. Yeah, that's correct here. So, 17 bench points by Baylor in the first half. Matthew Meyer leads the way. He's got 9 points off the bench. 5 by Chalma Chatu, 3 by Flagler. Yeah, 17-3. Sasser over the Cougars. What's good, Avi? Welcome to the stream here. Took Baylor as the 5-point favorite on the line. Looking so good right now. An out-of-control game. Yeah, Dominic McCrabb looking for UCLA. Put up a fight, pull off an upset. Hopefully we get like a much closer game in the next one, but I'm not sure if that will happen in the next game. I feel like both of these games are going to be blowouts tonight, most likely. Never know, though. Yeah, I can only imagine what Kelvin Sampson's saying to his team right now in the locker room. Yep, this is the Baylor team that was so explosive. They found the right Baylor team at the right time. Yeah, I agree on Bias Cowboy. I think if Baylor plays like they have been in this first half, that's going to be an incredible championship game. Because we saw in the first half what BYU could do when they went off from 3-point range. They put over 50 points on the board in the first half in a WCC game. But, WCC final. Second half, Gonzaga adjusted nicely, though, was able to lock down the perimeter. That was basically it, though, this season, that Gonzaga was basically in jeopardy. That's the only time. Was when they were down at halftime by double digits. They were down by 12 at half against BYU. Yeah, if we get Gonzaga versus Baylor, my bracket looks decent. Yep. I've been saying this matchup all the way since like around Thanksgiving, past Thanksgiving to December. Would I be yelling of me if I were Calvin Sampson toward the team? Oh yeah. Uh, all this all this hard work throughout the season and your team's a no-show. In the first half, in the biggest game of their lives, in the Final Four of the tournament, and they just haven't shown up. I already work in radio. Actually, my full-time job is Vaden. I went to college to go into radio broadcasting. That's what my actual job is. I work in production at a radio station as a production director. But I've never done like sports in the field though. So this is something I wanted to like do by myself or so. Grow in a community on YouTube, which is pretty awesome. And then maybe someday definitely gonna take a look and see what's out there. Yeah, they had played that. That was the only game that was single digits. Was the one against West Virginia. That was a game where Jalen Suggs got injured at one point, rolled his ankle. He missed some time in that game. He came back in the second half, and then they were able to pull away and be able to put the game as a win right there for Gonzaga. So that's the closest game, was back in December against West Virginia. It was also when Oscar Tshiebwe played for West Virginia. So they had the duo inside the front court, Tshiebwe and Culver at the time. The big thing about like this matchup is that if it is Gonzaga in the title game, then who's gonna step up defend Drew Timme? That'll be the big question mark, because Gonzaga does the majority of their scoring right underneath. So the majority of their scoring's all 2-point shots for Gonzaga going up against Baylor's threes. So it should be a game. It's whoever outshoots the other team is going to win the game. To beat Gonzaga, you have to outscore them, which for Baylor, you have to hit around like 23-point shots, which they're capable of doing. If they get like a night like this, like tonight, they're red hot on fire from the perimeter. So whoever scores the most points there, whoever outshoots the other team is going to win. What's good, Jack? Welcome to the stream here. Florida's better than Houston. Oh, man, sorry to hear about Florida for next season, man. I think it's going to be a rough season next year. Yeah, so Vidal's the most explosive interior player on Baylor. He's 6'5" though, so that's gonna be a big size advantage given to Timme. They do have a couple other players though that they could go to. They want to go with that size though. They can go with they could go with Chanwa Chatua or Flo Thamba. He's the tallest one on the team at 6'10". Yeah, CA, welcome to the stream here. Just a no-show by Houston in this game in the first half. Louis, welcome back on the channel here, bud. Ricky, welcome to the stream once again, man. Been a while. Glad to have you back on the channel. Yeah, let's see. So Houston this season, they had won in the non-conference slate against Texas Tech. Texas Tech's not really known for being a strong three-point shooting team. So let's see here. Throughout the season, the best win in the regular season for Houston, that was the win against Texas Tech. That was all the way back in November. And they had some losses where I was concerned about them going into the tournament. They had that loss against East Carolina, which they gave up 82, which just that one really got me concerned for this team. But they only have like one terrific win, which is just Texas Tech, which when Baylor took on Texas Tech, they ripped them to shreds the second time around because Texas Tech was dead last in the conference defending the three ball, and they don't really have much shooting either. They're kind of like the same carbon copy of this Houston team, except Houston is better on the glass, whereas Texas Tech, they are physical too. They're not like a strong shooting team, but Mac McClung, he's the one that usually gets the majority of the scoring for Texas Tech, but they struggle to lock up the perimeter. And I think, yeah, that's the game that Maceo Teague went off for like 35 points in that game. Yeah, Freddie Gillespie is missing out. And then I think it was Tristan Clark who was he was supposed to come back and help out this team inside, and Tristan Clark retired before the start of the season. What's good, Spartan? Welcome to the stream here. Right now we're just at halftime here. Wish I could be covering a closer game. I thought it would be closer. Looks like they're saving up the national title game to be closer. Oh, sorry to hear, Ricky. Get better, man. Hope all is going well, man, and stay safe and get better, bud. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I covered that game against Oregon, and Oregon was just lights out offensively in that game. Baylor by 80 against Gonzaga. Alright, so I'll be covering later tonight Gonzaga versus UCLA. You guys are welcome to stop by for that stream as well. Also, we'll be covering the national championship on Monday night. Second half's yet to begin. I think it's going to begin in a couple minutes. Hey, what's good, Christian? Welcome to the stream here. I was shocked. I thought Roy Williams was going to have a couple more years, most likely. But, let's see here. Future coaches maybe for UNC. I'd probably say Wes Miller from UNC Greensboro at the top of that list. He's had so much success at the Southern Conference level coaching UNCG that he's from the area. I think he could potentially move up there. Hey, happy birthday next Saturday for Christian. That's awesome, man. 17 years old next week. How much do I think Baylor's winning this one? This one's really ugly right now. They're a second half team too. They could potentially win by 30. I would like to see a fight by Houston to come on back in this game. I think it's going to be really tough though, considering that Baylor's more of a second half team themselves. So I wouldn't be shocked if Baylor does win by 30. Puts on a statement here. Hey, thanks so much, TA. Appreciate it for being a part here on the channel, bud. Luke is liking Gonzaga beating UCLA by 1 trillion tonight. Worst blowout in history. Yeah, wouldn't shock me if this one's like a 30-point victory by Baylor. Probably something like 88 to 47 or something crazy. Or like 80. Yeah, like 82 to 48, something on that line. Is the under 134.5 still alive? Yes, it is. So right now, both of these teams have scored a combined 65, which you double that up, that's around 130. So that's actually under right now, if you double that up. If Houston starts to get stops, and then if their score kind of looks similar as what it is right now, then it's definitely going to be under. So the under's still in play because Houston only scored 20 in the first half. Jeff, welcome to the stream here. Thanks so much for being a part here on the channel, Jeff. Appreciate it. Buckeye fan man, welcome to the stream. Sorry to hear about that for Ohio State in the tournament. Yeah, a lot of us brackets busted early. Me too. I had Ohio State going, I think around to like the Elite 8 in my bracket. I took Gonzaga tonight in that one by 16. I got Gonzaga 81-65. I've actually never read a Harry Potter series before. Do I do hockey games? I don't. I got my friend John. Check him out. Off the Wall Hockey. If you guys enjoy hockey, go over to Off the Wall Hockey, John's channel. It's my best friend John. He does awesome hockey content. Covers play-by-play. He's been on a couple of streams of mine too. Yeah, we were waiting here. Gonzaga Baylor all year. What's good, my man? And appreciate it for stopping them by again. So we're going to head to the second half in just a moment. This game's so lopsided. Low percentage shots all over the place by Houston. They just can't go in any place and take shots. And to beat Baylor, you got to attack them inside. Get them into foul trouble. Oklahoma State did that in the Big 12 tournament. And just too many turnovers by Houston. That's been the story. Baylor came into this tournament forcing turnovers from some of the top teams that turned it over the fewest amount of times this season. Wisconsin and Villanova, number 1, number 2 in fewest turnovers, and they forced both of those teams 14 and 16. Alright, so here we go, everyone. Right back into it. It's going to be Houston basketball to start off. Down by 25. They go right to left in the court. Cougars have the ball as the second half has begun. Bounce pass over to Giroux. Giroux moves it over inside. Spin move underneath Chaney. Shot fake jumper. Off the left baseline. Turnaround. That's good for 2. That's what they should have done to start off the game. They waited too late, though. Baylor has the ball. First possession. At the top of the key, Mitchell. Mitchell hands it over to Vital. Vital puts the ball into the hands to Butler. Butler hands it off to Teague at the left wing. Teague passes back out to the top. Butler moves outside to Maceo Teague at the left wing, guarded by Grimes. Teague dribbles back to the top of the key. 19-20 left to go. Jacked up the 3. Straight away. No good. Missed it. Tapped to the bounce. Last touch by Baylor. It's going to be Houston ball. $19-10 left to go. I heard about that you guys got Keels yesterday. That's huge. Houston has it. Bounce pass now, right baseline. Spin move underneath, puts it up, off the glass, missed it. Defensive rebound picked up by Baylor, by Thamba. Bears now have the ball with under 19 minutes left to go. Mitchell has it at the top of the key. Dumps it off to Teague, who moves it inside underneath to Thamba. Thamba puts it up, and that's good underneath the hoop, good for 2. Up and off the glass. 18.5 left to go. Sasser has the ball here for Houston, trying to generate something. Grimes yet to even be on the board. The top scorer is averaging 19 per game and had 0 in the first half. Over to Grimes to the left wing. Now it's Gorham. Gorham pass over to Grimes. Free throw circle jumper, and he delivers. Finally. It took him over 21.5 minutes to finally score his first bucket of the game for Quentin Grimes. 18 minutes left to go. Baylor now with the ball. Mitchell dribbles, free throw circle, pass inside. Off the fingertips, gets it back though for Thamba. Backs his way, and his man just falls right there. Gresham takes the flop, no call, and leads to the open bucket underneath. Good for 2 by Thamba for Baylor. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome, spectacular, great, beautiful. Welcome to the stream. Like in Baylor to win it all as Houston goes inside, hits it for another 2. So they decide to go inside here for the second half, something they didn't do in the first half. 17.5 left to go. Baylor has the ball, top of the key, Butler. Butler at the right elbow, moves it out left corner, and they turn it over. That pass way too wide out of bounds. Yeah, beat down of a game we got. Welcome on the stream here, Bill. Welcome back, bud. Unfortunate start for Houston in the first half. Cougars have the ball, top of the key, Giroux. Giroux moves over right wing here. Ball into the hands to Grimes, and we have a quick whistle. It's picked up by Baylor. It's out of reach in. Clock will stop with 17:12. Houston gets the inbound. They hand it off. Sasser around the perimeter, dribbles towards his right. Hands it off to Grimes. You got 17 minutes left to go. Giroux out to the top of the key. Dribbles towards his left. He's double teamed by Thamba and Butler. Now just switched over by one. Lost it. It's on the ground. And lost out of bounds. Last touch by Houston. Wow. Oh, yeah, wow. That was... Giroux lost it off of him. Rolls out. Baylor and Mitchell try to save it. Put it off a Houston player out of bounds. Off their foot last. So, another turnover by Giroux. 16:45 left to go. Entry pass inside the Thamba for Baylor. Baylor underneath. Bounce pass over to Butler at the left baseline. Butler moves it back outside to Teague. 16:35 left to go. Teague dribbles with a left hand, puts it up and no good. He gets fouled though. Attacking down the lane as we got a foul here picked up by Houston, their first of the second half. Do I think UNC is going to be ranked in the preseason next season? Good question. I think it all depends on like who comes back, what they get from transfers, or so. It also who's coming up for recruits too. First free throw, no good. Maceo Teague missed at the line. I know Maryland's gonna be ranked. It looks like for next season to start off. Two big pickups today from Maryland. They got with Fats Russell and also Kudus Wahab they picked up today. So they get an actual big for next season. Baylor 1 for 2 that trip by Teague. Top of the key, Houston has the ball. Gorham moves over to Giroux. Giroux back outside. He'll pass it over to Giroux at the left wing. He's defended by Butler. Giroux moves it over into the key. Puts one up and contact in the foul. It's going to lead to 2 shots coming up by Chaney. What's good, Mike? Welcome to the stream here. Yeah, Houston's got the edge here in the second half. Totally different as we see Houston going underneath the basket. Didn't see much of that in the first half. First free throw is good. What's good, Ian? Welcome back in the stream here. Will Arkansas be ranked? I think they probably will. If a lot of their freshmen stay. I know Moody's most likely going to go to the draft, but they get a lot of talented freshmen on their team, and if they do stay, they should be ranked. And they also get a great transfer too with Audis Tony coming in. Second free throw is good. 16 minutes left to go. Baylor up by 22. The Bears have the ball into the hands of Butler. Pass it out on top to Mitchell. Butler moves it out to Mitchell. Mitchell drives, kicks it outside to Meyer, turns the corner, drives underneath, lost it, gets it back, moves it out left corner, fires a 3 by Teague, hit the front rim, no good, and defensive rebound comes up by Houston. 15.5 left to go. Houston has the ball. Top of the key. Sasser. He's got 17 out of the 28. He has 17 out of 20 in the first half. Sasser drives inside, floats it up, scores. Good for 2, up and in off the backboard. Is Kentucky or Duke going to be ranked in the preseason poll? I would say Duke would. I think Duke's going to have a lot of their key players coming back, bringing in stacked recruiting class too. Baylor has the ball. In Kentucky, probably 2 most likely. They're going to... Well, they missed out on Clark and Boston going to the draft. Pass underneath, Baylor scores up and in off the glass. Yeah, Bill Self signed a lifetime contract at Kansas there. They think Louisville will be ranked in the preseason. If they get back Carly Jones, they get a chance. As Houston shot fake scores underneath. Also Johnson too. All depends on like who comes back. 14.5 left to go. This game finally picking up. Houston starting to able to pick it up, scoring inside, but still down by 20. Baylor now with the ball. They take it inside. Meyer turned it over, looking for the foul. Here goes Houston up the course. They dribble, and We get a reach in, picked up by Teague from behind, defending Grimes as Grimes was in transition. Clock will stop with 14:15. Yeah, I'm going to predict Arizona in that one for the women's. Because they took out UConn. I was shocked to see that. 52-32, we go on the timeout. 14:20 left to go, second half. JJ, welcome back on the stream here, bud. Yeah, it's too bad this hasn't been closer. Yeah, I guess it all depends on like who transfers in and out of these teams or so. What's good, Luis? Welcome on the stream here, man. Wow, Marcus Carr going to Kentucky as of yesterday. Be a huge pickup if Kentucky got him out there. The transfer portal is crazy this year. With it's just so much action all over the place. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely massive this year. Like, we see so much action. It's crazy. They made all the transfers available this year, so they usually do like sit out transfers or so for a year, but they granted everybody a waiver for this year. So I think everybody's going to be just like I think everybody's going to be immediately eligible for next season, I think. So we're back into it. 14:10 left to go. Houston with the ball, going to float up the shot. That's good for 2. Baylor has it back. Houston outscoring Baylor in the second half here. It's 14-7 in favor of Houston. Bears have it at the top of the key. So it's an 18-point game. It's a 25-point game at halftime. Back out to the left wing. Spin move underneath. Flagler puts up the shot, missed the layup. Tip back around the perimeter. Baylor comes out with offensive rebound. Bears have it back again. Mitchell at the top. Moves outside to Butler. Butler with 13.5 left to go. Butler, one-on-one. Jubble switched over at the logo. Pass underneath. What a pass over to Chanwa Chatua with a block right there by Houston. Massive block, and it's going to be Cougars ball. Sasser launches from way outside. No good. Missed the 3. Hit the front rim. Offensive rebound. Gets it back, though. So Houston with the ball again. 13:10 left to go. Grimes takes it. Left elbow jumper. Step back, and he delivers. Big-time shot right there by Quentin Grimes. Cuts it to a 16-point game. So Houston's defense, big time, has stepped up in a huge way here in the second half. Outscoring Baylor 16-7. Their offense taking much better shot selection here. The second half. Baylor has the ball. Mitchell at the top of the key. Dribbles. Double team at the left baseline. Turns the corner. At the free throw circle. Going to float one up inside. Missed it off the backboard. No good. Bobbled out of bounds. Last touch by Houston. Yeah, Oklahoma hired Porter Moser. Now is their new head coach from Loyola Chicago. 12.5 left to go. It's going to be Baylor balls outlast by Houston. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games here on Behind Your Basketball. Baylor gets the inbounds. Teague at the top of the free throw circle, moves it outside to Flagler. Flagler kicks it back outside to the top of the key to Teague. Teague spin move. Teague shot fake free throw circle, bounce pass over to Flagler, cuts right baseline, floats up the shot, and he gets it for 2. That is good by Flagler. 12:10 left to go. Houston has the ball. At the top for the Cougars. Tremont Mark dribbles towards his left. Pick gets stepped by Gorham. Mark now takes it down the lane, and we get a reach and fall picked up by Baylor. Clock will stop with 12 minutes. Alright, that was a quick TV timeout. Looks like we're going to go on another TV timeout. No NBA games tonight. I'll be covering Gonzaga UCLA. So right now we're just in a timeout. Much better second half here for Houston. Going underneath the hoop and trying to start to hit their shots here. Outscoring Baylor so far in the second half, 16-9 in favor of the Cougars. Yeah, foul trouble right now. Mark Vidal's in deep foul trouble for Baylor. He's picked up 4 personal fouls. And then 2 personal fouls each by Maceo Teague and Flo Thamba. 1 each for Baylor by Butler, Mitchell, and Meyer. Yeah, they had 2 assessed to Mitchell earlier. They took 1 away on one of the plays. For Houston, they're not in much foul trouble. It's actually Houston who struggled with foul trouble early. They committed 6 fouls to Baylor's 3 at one point in the first half. Just a slow start for Houston. They've picked up a foul each by Gorham, Sasser, Grimes, Giroux, and Gresham, and then 2 fouls off the bench by Fabian White Jr. So not a whole lot of foul trouble picked up by Houston, but Mark Vidal the one to watch out for. What's good, Darius? Welcome back on the stream here. It's an extra $3 for every 3 Baylor makes, but not shooting in this half for Baylor. Well, first half was a big one for you. What's good, Steve? Welcome to the stream here. Right now we're in the second of this game with about 12 minutes left to go, but we're on the timeout. I think you meant timeout there. So we're in the timeout. Just disappointing all around. I thought Danny Ainge should have done much more at the trade deadline. Should have looked at like a big that the Celtics could have got there to help out the front court. It's just disappointing that the pieces just haven't been able to all fall together. It's like the defensive efficiency. That's been like the main struggle for this team, is been the defense. So it's been, last year they were great defensively. They were a top 5 defensive team, came to defending the perimeter, and whenever I've covered them lately, they just give up way too many 3-point shots. So it's just been disappointing and usual, taking way too many threes and giving up way too many 3 balls, and hopefully just able to get a better game plan than that. I think this could very well be it for Brad Stevens this season. So we're back to action. 54-36 the score. It's going to be Houston ball coming back after the timeout. We got 11:50 left to go. Cougars have it with Sasser. Sasser to edge of the Final Four logo. Moves over to Tremont Mark. Mark passes over to Justin Gorham. He fires a jumper left baseline to hit the rim short, no good, and defensive rebound picked up by Baylor. Bears have it. Takes it straight down the lane. Butler too high off the glass. We have a late whistle here to fall picked by Houston. Should be sending Jared Butler to the line shooting 2. Yeah. I was shocked there that the Celtics didn't pick up Vooch there. What's good, Melvin? Welcome to the stream here. Glad to have you back in the channel, bud. First free throw, no good by Baylor. Missed it. Second shot coming up by Baylor. By Maceo Teague. And he drills that one. Baylor by 19, 11 and a half left to go. Houston is minus 10 on the glass, 25-15 in favor of Baylor. Something you don't see that often. Cougars have the ball at the top. Giroux hands it off to Sasser. Sasser dribbles towards his right. Sasser at the right corner. He's defended by Flagler. Leaves it over at the right corner perimeter for Mark. Mark turns the corner, drives inside, floats up the mid-range shot off the mark. Offensive rebound, White. Puts up the second chance bucket right there and gets it good for two by Fabian White. 17-point game. 10:55 left to go. Baylor ball. Bears at the top of the key with Mitchell. Mitchell hands it off to Flagler, swings it over left wing to Teague. Teague dribbles back on top. Defended by White. Slides it over to Meyer. Meyer takes a wide open three and drills it at the right wing perimeter for Baylor. Oh, when you get that much space, he will make you pay. That's exactly what the sixth man off the bench did with Matthew Meyer. 10:35 left to go. Houston has the ball down by 20. That's the first made triple of the second half for Baylor. Houston, spin move underneath, puts one up by White. Hit the front rim, and anyway, it's going to be a travel underneath. Too many steps by White. What's good, Randy? Welcome to the stream here. Yes, I'll be covering Gonzaga against UCLA after this one. So later tonight, Gonzaga versus UCLA. I'll be covering that game 8:35 p.m. Eastern time is when that game starts. 10:10 left to go here. It's Baylor ball. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell at the top of the key. Takes it down the lane inside. Mitchell missed the layup. Hit the bottom part of the rim to get the offensive rebound. Thamba underneath. Has it. And there's a whistle and a fall underneath. Oh no, it's going to be a timeout. Thamba was stuck and he took a timeout. Thamba was stuck underneath the hoop on the ground with the ball. Took a timeout. So it's going to be a timeout taken. 10.5 left to go. Hey, there we go, Jacob. Hey, that's awesome, man. So with a Baylor win, gonna hop in first in my bracket challenge league, looks like. Hey, thanks so much, Randy. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, just straight up no-show in this game. My prediction for that one, I'm predicting Gonzaga by 16, 81-65. I'll go Steph there, JJ. Baylor got two players here in double figures. 17 points by Jared Butler. He made 4 3-point shots in the first half. Matthew Meyer just made his second triple. He's got 12 points by Meyer. Baylor's a team's 9 for 19 from the perimeter. Baylor's made 21 shots out of 40 attempts. Houston's 15 for 38. So difference there. As Baylor 54% shooting compared to Houston at 40%. And Houston with the turnovers have turned it over 11 times. Dejan Giroux has turned it over 5 times. It's led to Baylor with 6 steals. And that's how Baylor makes you pay, is forcing turnovers. Yeah, I think he's out in Europe. It's over on the NCAA March Madness Live app. Ooh, good question there. I'd probably go D Wade there, even though I was a big KG fan when he played for Boston. I've got Gonzaga winning the title for my prediction. I have predicted both of these teams to go to the championship with Gonzaga and Baylor. And we're going to have, we're looking like one of these right now. We'll see if the second one can be made later today. Alright, we're back into it. 10 minutes left to go. Baylor by 20. They have the basketball. They will drive straight down the lane. Mitchell missed the layup too high off the glass. Defensive rebound picked up by Houston. The Cougars have it. Top of the key, Giroux. Giroux pass over to Sasser. Sasser to edge of the Final Four logo. They're slow with the basketball and they need to go. Urgency down by 20 here. Sasser double team. Pass over to Grimes. Grimes to the left wing. And gets some space from Myers. Meyer gambles. Takes a three. Missed it. As we have a late whistle and Grimes got knocked down in the shooting motion. Foul called on Matthew Meyer. That's going to be 3 free throws coming up by Quinn and Grimes to the line. So bad foul picked up by Meyer. .9:30 left to go. Meyer shooting 3. Or it's going to be Grimes shooting 3 off the Meyer foul. First one's good. Yeah, BYU did in the first half of the WCC championship game when they were going off from 3. Second free throw is good. Jared Butler checks back into the game for Baylor. Baylor with 5 personal fouls second half. Flagler checks out. Houston with 2 personal fouls second half. Cougars third free throw coming up by Grimes. Grimes was held scoreless in the first half for the top shooter all this season for Houston. Third free throw, gun them all. Baylor by 17, they have the basketball. Bears will dribble past half court, 9:25 left to go. They move it over to Meyer at the left wing, hands it over to Mitchell, back to the top to Butler. Butler dribbles towards his right, defended by Fabian White. Now Giroux switches over to guard him. Sasser guards Mitchell at the left wing. Mitchell double team, dribbles now at the top of the free throw circle. Passes, swing moves. Inside over to Chanwat Chatua, puts it up and in. Off the glass, good for 2. Off the roll down, another assist made by Davion Mitchell for Baylor. Davion Mitchell, 9 points and 9 assists in this game with 8:50 left, or 10 assists now. That's a school tournament record. He just got his 10th one on the last one. So coming into that last possession, he had 9, but that was his 10th that he just grabbed, and we have under 9 minutes left to go. Houston has the ball right baseline. Fabian White double team. Swings it over underneath. Ball poked loose. It's on the ground. Tapped to the bounce last by Mitchell for Baylor. So Houston will still have the ball with 4 in the shot clock. And under 8:30 left to go. $18 assists by Baylor. Came into this game top 15 in the nation nationally assists per game. That's a difficult 3 at the left corner. Fadeaway missed off the mark by Houston. Defensive rebound picked up by Baylor. Meyer, spin move. Defended by Grimes, dribbles back outside around the perimeter. Meyer going to dribble towards his right. Hands it off now to Butler. Butler top of the key. He dribbles. Now takes it straight away down the lane. Gets past the defender. Butler couldn't finish. Offensive rebound. Chatua, second chance, puts it up. That's off the back iron. Missed it. And defensive board picked up by Houston. Cougars have the ball with 8 minutes left to go. Houston has the top of the key here with Sasser. Hands it off to Giroux, who hands it off to Grimes. They gotta go. They're a slow tempo offense. They're down by 19. They'll attack the lane. Sasser floats at 1 too high off the glass. Tipped. He gets his own rebound back though. Sasser moves it outside. Giroux passes inside. 1 dribble. Floats up the shot right baseline. Missed it. Ripped on the board there by Meyer. Off the miss shot by Fabian White Jr. Here to go. Up in transition. Meyer though, with a shoulder at the top of the key, gets called for the offensive foul. Goes straight into Tremont Mark. Mark takes the charge. And it's going to be Houston basketball back here with 7:47 left to go. So we're going to go on a timeout here in this one. Brandon, welcome to the stream here. 60-41. So we go on a timeout. Yeah, I wish this was a much closer game. This is the game that I thought would be way closer than this. If you guys are new in the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action here, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games here and Behind Your Basketball. Glad to have you guys be a part here to stream today. You see how Houston's adjusted here in the second half. They've taken it inside. They're leading the second half, scoring 21-15. Big reason why is because most of their points here in the second half are from the interior underneath the hoop. And that's what Gonzaga thrives upon, is the majority of their points are scored as 2-point shots. What's good, Lawrence? Welcome on the stream here. Taking UCLA later tonight. Best of luck there, bud. Something you don't see that often, Baylor leading the offensive rebound total against Houston 12-8, 29-19. Baylor is a plus 10 on the glass over Houston in rebounding. That is something you don't see. So I'll also be covering Gonzaga versus UCLA later tonight. You guys are welcome to stop on by for that also, along with the championship game on Monday. Hopefully we'll have an incredible championship game. Really do hope so. They needed way more scores than just Sasser. Sasser leads the way by far for Houston, 19 points. Everybody else has scored either 7 points or less. Quentin Grimes with 7, 6 by Reggie Chaney, 4 by Jarreau with 5 turnovers. He has more turnovers than points. For Baylor, 2 players in double figures. Top scorer, 17 points by Jared Butler, 12 points by Matthew Meyer. This game slowed down a ton in the second half. Do I do boxing? I actually don't do boxing. Thanks so much for asking, though, Lawrence. Appreciate it. Do I cover Stanford games? I've covered, I think, 1 Stanford game before. We have 7:34 left to go. Behind the Arc fan going to football. No Monday for you, but Sunday. Should be able to tune in. That's awesome, man. No problem, bud. We're back into it. 7:28 left to go. Yeah, Houston's a really physical team. So is Baylor, too. And just, Houston came out flat in the first half and took way too many low percentage shots. Baylor just picked up their 7th personal foul, quick to action. And Houston will go into the bonus. It's going to be Dejan Jarreau, 1-1 here at the line. First free throw, missed it. No good. Defensive rebound picked up by Baylor. I'm going to take Arizona in that one for my prediction. I don't watch much women's basketball, but I'm just impressed what they did against UConn last night. Bounce pass over to the roll down. Chanwa Chatua lays it up and in, good for 2. 7 minutes left to go. Bears by 21. Cougars with the ball. Houston, bounce pass, right corner. Jumper, deep 2. No good, missed it. Defensive rebound picked up by Maceo Teague for Baylor. The Bears have the ball. Teague takes it past half court. At the top of the key, defended by Sasser. The pick gets set by Chanwa Chatua. Pass over to Chanwa Chatua. Back over to Teague. Bounce pass off the roll down over to him. And Chanwa Chatua gets fouled. So the clock will stop with 6:48. What's good, my man John from Off the Wall Hockey? Thanks so much, brother, for stopping them by. If you guys enjoy the NHL, check them out. Off the Wall Hockey. Did a couple of joint streams with me a couple of weeks ago for the tournament. Covered an insane shot right before the buzzer. Florida versus Virginia Tech to open up the tournament, force overtime. What a game play by Baylor. First free throw is good. I'll also be covering Gonzaga against UCLA later tonight. You guys are welcome to stop by for that one. 63-41. 6:48 left to go. This game been a beatdown all throughout. Houston just came into this game taking low percentage shots. For a team that's top 5 in the glass all this season, they're getting out-rebounded against Baylor, who is last placed in the Big 12 in defensive rebounds. Baylor is plus 12 in the glass, 31-19. Something that I thought I would have never said before. Plus 12 in the glass to Houston. Houston has the ball. Down by 23. 6.5 left to go. They move it out to the left wing perimeter. Marcus Sasser Dribbles now back to the top of the key, defended by Butler. Switched over, defended by Meyer. Kicks it out left corner, 3 in the air. Grimes, halfway there, rattled out, no good. Offensive rebound, controlled by Houston. Second chance points, puts it up, good. With a layup. Down by 21. Not much urgency on this team. They're around 340th per KenPom in adjusted offensive tempo. 6 minutes left to go. Baylor has the ball. Baylor, fast-paced offense, but Houston, the very back of college hoops. They move it outside to Teague. Teague dribbles right baseline. Step back jumper. Fires. Delivers. For the 2 right there by Maceo Teague. It's too good all game long for Baylor. Houston drives down the lane. Missed the layup. Tipped off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Controlled by Chaney. Kicks outside to Grimes. Grimes floats up the shot. And we got a blocking foul. It's on Chamwa Chat to count the bucket and 1. That is good by Quentin Grimes. Yep, 28 bench points for Baylor. Remarkable. You got the 2 6 men. Meyer with 12, Flagler with 5. Chamwa Chatu has been a big difference maker, though. He's got 11 points, 5 rebounds. Davion Mitchell has got 9 points and 10 assists. Baylor's got 3 players in this team that has more than 4 assists. Butler, 17 points, 4 assists. The free throw is good by Grimes. Grimes with all 10 of his points in the second half. Mitchell, 10 assists, and Maceo Teague with 5 assists. 5:20 left to go. Baylor has it, just milking clock. Maceo Teague dribbles down the lane with a left hand. Finishes with a layup up and in. Off the backboard. Good for 2 right there. For Baylor by 22. 5:05 left to go. Houston's got to be urgent, and they've yet to do that all game long. Taking a lot of time with the shot clock. Down to 20. 5 minutes remaining. At the top of the key, Sasser. Sasser dribbles towards his left. Moves outside to Grimes. Fires a 3. From the Final Four logo star. Drills it. Right there, straight away, top of the key. They needed that all along tonight. And they get it with less than 5 minutes left to go. That's something that they should have done way at the start of this one. Way back. Baylor has the ball. Milking down clock again. 4.5 left to go. Baylor with 9 3-point shots made. Top of the key, Butler. Butler defended by Giroux. Swings it out right corner. Mitchell has it, bobbled it. Mitchell steps back in the right corner. Mitchell, step back deep too. It's up off the side of the backboard, no good. Defensive rebound picked by Houston. 4:15 left to go here. Cougars will take it up the court. At the right wing. Grimes, bounce pass underneath. White, stripped, and we have a foul. That's going to be picked up by Baylor, their 9th. So Fabian White Jr. back into the bonus, shooting 1-1 at the free throw line for Houston. Yeah, Houston should have had more players in this game step up. That's going to be the big thing for UCLA, whether they're just going to have Johnny Juzang show up for that game, or is multiple players going to show up tonight. That's going to be the big key, because they need all hands on deck to knock off Gonzaga. And that's been a huge problem today for Houston. They needed all hands on deck in this game to have a big game, and only Sasser showed up in the first half with 17. He's got 19 total. Grimes showed up in the second half. Both of the free throws good at the line by Fabian White. 17-point game with 4:10 left to go. In the backcourt, Mitchell moves it over to Butler. Butler will dribble past half court, defended by Giroux. Jared Butler slows it down. 4 minutes left to play. If you guys are new in the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll be back later tonight covering Gonzaga against UCLA if you guys would like to stop by for that stream. Baylor passes left baseline dribble, floats up the shot, scores as Flagler is down on the ground and the clock will stop. Adam Flagler scores, but he's down on the ground. Good to see that he's able to get back up, helped out to his feet. He's okay. That's good to see there by Adam Flagler. Took a fall on the ground right there. So we go in a timeout. 4:10 left to go. All Baylor. All throughout this game. Yeah, JJ quite excited for Gonzaga UCLA. Hopefully much better game. I thought this would be a really good close game, but hasn't been anything like that today. Houston, with their shot selection, just major struggle in the first half. That's the thing I like about UCLA, though. Their shot selection's been terrific throughout the tournament. That's the reason why they're here. Point guard play and shot selection. Whereas Houston's main struggles, first half, shot selection, really questionable. As they missed a ton of shots that they shouldn't have taken, deep twos and 3-point shots when they should have gone inside and attacked Baylor right from the start. And then for the turnovers, they turned it over 11 times. Baylor will make you pay every single time you turn over the basketball. Yep, I saw against Villanova, he went out to save the ball, and he went over the scorer's table at the corner, and he landed right next to the railing. Man, I thought that was like an end of the season injury right there for Mark Vital. I could not believe that he got up and he walked out okay, because when I saw him down on the ground, it's like, oh boy, this looks terrible. And then he was just like down on the ground rolling in pain for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then he got up like, he's okay, nothing really happened. What's good, Kidder? Welcome to the stream here. Watching this game, and also 10 Commandments on ABC at the same time. Awesome, man. Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer. I saw the graphic for it though, for Space Jam 2 earlier today. Jay Ramirez, welcome to the stream here. 2 things you got right, not much else. Baylor, Gonzaga reaching the Final Four. Same thing with me. I predicted both of these teams in the national championship. Yep. So I've got the same bracket as you right there. My bracket was pretty much torched with all the other matchups, except I put Gonzaga and Baylor in the national title. I'll be covering Gonzaga versus UCLA later tonight. You guys are welcome to stopping by for that stream. We got 3:48 left to go. Baylor by 19. Houston is also in a double bonus, so 3:48 left to go on the clock. It's going to be Houston basketball. Next time around, they'll be in a double bonus. Houston's only picked up 3 personal fouls here in the second half. Cougars now with the ball. So even with Baylor's deep foul trouble that they've committed 16 fouls to Houston's 9. Houston, they've fallen behind early in this game. Second half to their advantage though, 31-25. They pass inside, miss the shot, get the offensive rebound with a putback. It leads to 2 right there by Houston, down by 17. Whenever Houston has a response, Baylor comes in response right back. 3:15 on the clock. Baylor now with the ball, top of the key, Mitchell. Mitchell moves over to Flagler at the right wing. Flagler dribbles right baseline, kicks it outside once again to Teague. Maceo Teague at the right wing perimeter. 3 minutes left to go, 8 on the shot clock. Teague dribbles, flings it out left corner, catch and fire, 3. Mitchell delivers. Boom! With a triple right there for Baylor. Left wide open. In the left corner for Davion Mitchell. With a double-double for him in the Final Four. He has got 12 points and 11 assists. 2:40 left to go. Nice shout out to Matthew Meyer, number 24 for Baylor with a mullet out there. Houston has the ball at the left corner. Tremont Mark moves out top of the key for the Cougars. So you kick it back outside to Mark. Mark defended by Flagler. Pass it over to the top here to Gorham. They're going to get some contact here. That's going to be Sasser. Sasser draws some contact. The clock will stop with 2:26. That's going to lead to Houston at the free throw line. If you guys are new in the stream here, first timer, spike that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover basketball games, play-by-play, college games, NBA games here in Behind Your Basketball. Also be back for Gonzaga versus UCLA later tonight. And also, we'll be covering the national championship on Monday night, so should be an awesome and fun time for you guys. First shot at the line, no good. Houston missed it. Baylor with 4 players in double figures. Leading scorer Jared Butler with 17 points, 4 assists. Davion Mitchell, 12 points, 11 assists. 12 points off the bench by Matthew Meyer. 11 points by Jonathan Chanwa-Chatua off the bench. And also 6 assists by Maceo Teague. Baylor with 22 assists in this game. Passing has been key all season long. They made 10 3-point shots, 10 for 20 from the perimeter. They go 1 for 3 that trip at the free throw line by Houston. It was a 3-point foul shot. What's good, Chris? Welcome to the stream here. Good evening out to you, bud. 2:10 left to go. Baylor has rolled this game straight from the start. The Bears have it top of the key with Mitchell. Mitchell moves it over to Butler. Butler has it at the top of the key. Dribbles towards his left. Bounce pass. Chama Chatua kicks it back outside. Teague fires an open 3. Delivers. Boom. With a triple right there by Maceo Teague. 76-63. Or 76-54 right there. With a minute 45 left to go. That jumper no good by Houston. 76-54. This game has been well over. What's good, Ethan? Welcome to the stream here, man. He has 11 points in 2 minutes to win his bet, it looks like. MVP on in this one. Multiple players today. The top scorer is Butler. I would say either Butler or Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell's got a double-double of 12 points and 11 assists. Jared Butler's got 17 points, also got 2 steals. 76-54. Houston is actually leading the second half, 34-31. It's just they could not score in the first half. They took a lot of low percentage shots, deep twos, 3-point shots, missed a ton in the first half, adjusted, went underneath the rim, and got most of their buckets here in the second half by free throws at the line or underneath the hoop. As well, they scored. Should have done that at the start of this game. If they did, this would have been a much better game. 1:40 remaining. Baylor by 22. They have the basketball. The Bears got their bench players' reserves into the game now. Jordan Turner, number 5. Maceo Teague is still out there along with Flagler, LJ Cryer into the game for the freshmen. That shot gets blocked by Houston. Houston has it back. Minute 25 left to go. At the top of the key, Houston has it. Shot fake. Pull-up jumper from 3. No good. Missed by Grimes. Tipped up. Offensive rebound by Gorham. Keeps it alive. As they will dribble inside. Gorham. Jumper. Mid-range. Knocks it down. Yes, I plan on covering the ceremony on Monday. After the game's over to see who won most outstanding player. 3-point shot Baylor. Missed it. No good off the back iron. Defensive rebound picked by Houston. We got 50 seconds left to go before I wrap up this one. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the stream. Before we do sign off, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe here. And hopefully the next game going to be much, well, I hope it'd be much better, but wouldn't be shocked if we have 2 Final Four blowouts here. I did predict Gonzaga by 16, 81-65 for my prediction. So we'll see how that one goes. But join me back for Gonzaga versus UCLA after this game. That one starts off around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Around that time, I'll be covering that one too. What's good, John? Welcome to the stream here. Glad to have you back in. Yep, trying to just cover it through when we do. Ethan looking for the 6 points. And Baylor Bears celebrating. We've got their reserves into the game. Unfortunate for Houston, just first half in this game. You got to play perfect basketball against Baylor or Gonzaga to overtake them, and Houston did not do that in the first half. Second half was much better, but needed a great first half, and it was well far from that, down by 25 at half. Houston with a layup, good for 2. Crushing to see Grimes as he is in tears right now for the bench for Houston. 30 seconds left to go. Baylor has the ball. LJ Cryer at the left wing fires a 3 and no good. Rolled around the rim and out. Offensive rebound keeps it alive. They put up a jumper left baseline. Scores by number 35. Mark Patterson off the bench. Everybody chipping in here for the Bears. 15 seconds left to go. It's going to be Baylor versus the winner of Gonzaga UCLA later tonight in the national title game on Monday. I predicted Baylor would get there, same as Gonzaga. As Houston missed a shot, they get fouled with 2.8, so they'll go to the line. So Houston will go shoot 2 at the free throw line, 2.8 seconds left to go. So these are two crucial shots. 2 shots coming up by the Cougars at the line, 2.8 seconds left. First shot, no good, missed it. Whoa, a blowout. Welcome in here, Larry, onto the stream. Yeah, this game was right up from the start. Baylor control this one. Second free throw is good. Baylor gets the inbound, and that is it. 78-59, the Baylor Bears keep it dancing. They're in a national championship game about to take on the winner of Gonzaga versus UCLA. Later tonight, everybody. Glad to have you guys in the stream. What a clinic put up by Baylor in this one. One of the key factors here that you would have never imagined that I would say, but I am right now, is that Baylor won the rebounding total in this game, 33-28. Baylor was a +5 on the glass, and it was key on the big key was the offense, or big key was the defensive glass for them. 20-14 on the defensive glass in this game, +6 on the defensive glass for Baylor against a top 5 rebounding team in the nation against Houston. Baylor had 23 total assists, and they made 11 3-point shots, went 11 for 24 from the perimeters. They are going to the national championship. 5 players in double figures, 17 by Jared Butler, 12 points and 11 assists tonight by Davion Mitchell, 11 points by Maceo Teague, 12 points off the bench by Matthew Meyer, 11 by Jonathan Chanwa-Chatua with 6 rebounds. For Houston, they needed to come out, play a perfect game in order to take on Baylor. It was far from that. They only shot the ball 38% from the floor. They turned over the basketball 11 times, led to Baylor stealing the ball 6 times, and Baylor shooting the ball 53% and 46% from 3-point range. That's a wrap here, everybody. Glad to have you back on the stream. We'll be back later tonight covering Gonzaga versus UCLA, so feel free to stop on by for that one, everybody, for being a part here. Hopefully a much better game for that one. Wouldn't be shocked, though, if there's 2 blowouts with these Final Four games, heading into a thrilling national championship, hopefully, that we will have, everybody. That's a wrap, everyone. Before I do sign off, going to thank out the channel members. Got on the membership here, Jack, Jason, Aaron, Dawad, Ant, the sports expert, Warren, Manon Hades, Jay, John, Someone Yee, Cindy, Dennis, Dallin Law, Darnell, Lee, Superman, and Rajip. If anybody would like to be a channel member, as low as $1.99 per month to do so, gets you shout-outs like these at each and every single one of my live streams, and also special access to special live streams that I cover at least once per month. Could be like a non-basketball related sport, like it could be like an NFL game or a NASCAR race, or like maybe like a Major League Baseball game for members out there, for members and mods to be a part of those special live streams. That's a wrap, everyone. We'll be back in around an hour or so from now covering Gonzaga versus UCLA. Feel free to stop by for that one. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday night as the Baylor Bears continue dancing. 27-2, moving on to the national title game. Enjoy the rest of your night.